something Qualatero, Mexico. Kick in the door, and we're live.
Yay!
Yay! Look, our friendly neighborhood robot.
Yep. He's grown.
This one.
Hey!
Yeah, that's me.
Welcome back, everybody.
Wow, Delwynn, what happened?
Yowzers.
I had to kill the old Fender.
The doppelganger. Jeez, can't speak.
Doppelganger.
Got off to a good start.
The doppelganger.
Welcome, everybody, to Kick in the Door, where these four crazy adventurers are looking into some strange goings-on. Who would like to, other than Delwynn, who missed out last time, and Eric, who did it the time before that, right. Of Ant and Matt, who would like to catch us up on what happened last time for inspiration?
I think I can do it.
I'll go ahead and do it.
Okay.
After leaving Bone Grinder's house, we set out on the road towards Britefall.
Correct.
We also got to temporarily trade my wagon for a riverboat of quite a good size, a little cabin on deck. So as we made our way down the river, we encountered some nefarious river pirates.
Correct.
Along with a Marrow, I believe was
aquatic ogre.
Aquatic ogre. We were able to heroically fight them off with dispatching many of them, except for the archer who jumped ship, swam to shore, and just ran away out of fear of our greatness. As we ended our session, we were approaching the docks of Britefall, I believe. And I dropped the fact that if my sister sees me there, she'll probably whoop my tiny butt.
Is it dessert?
That's right.
Okay. So we open the scene. It is midday, probably around 2 or so. The sun is high in the sky. There are some clouds. It is a little bit... It is autumn, so again, it's not. It's coolish, even though the sun is high. There's a good amount of shade coming from the mountains to your east, which you just crossed through. Ahead of you is picture a suburb from the 50s. The cabins are all constructed by hand. They have little fences around them. They look to be, 2 to 4 person houses arranged in a fairly organized grid. There is a paved, albeit with stones that were kind of scooped up from by the cliffside, road that kind of wraps around the entire area. Delwynn, from living here, and Scofa, from having visited here before, would know that the population fluctuates not a lot, actually. It's around 1,200. Fairly good sized settlement. The politics are fairly democratic. They are run by a mayor, and that's where the democraticness kind of ends. Where as when Britefall was founded, there was kind of a little bit of a communistic assigning of jobs. Like they would ask what you're good at, so and you'll be kind of assigned to that for the kind of your duration of your stay. Yeah. For the most part, people tend their own gardens. And that's what is kind of the front yard of everyone and their little picket fence. Trade happens between people because you tend to grow one thing and just bring it to town with your extras and trade with everyone else. They are pretty self-sustaining. Which is why the population tends to stay the same. There's not a whole lot of in and out. Rarely traders come through. And a lot of that is due to the kind of the mountain pass. you guys getting off the fishing boat and onto the little dock are greeted almost out of nowhere by a human wearing a loose ponytail with brown hair, kind of longish, brown eyes, weathered skin. He's in his kind of mid 30s, and he wears kind of a long, well worn leather kind of buttoned coat and a bow on his back. He has a hand on the hilt of his weapon, but he kind of approaches you with a grin, and he goes, "Welcome. What business do you have here?"
Pleasure.
Yeah, we're back to visit. A couple of us been here before.
Have you?
Yeah, I try to come by. I don't know, every few years or so.
Ah,
Have family in town.
okay.
Also, we're following
You
the
look
kid.
new. What's that?
We're following the kid.
You have a child with you?
We do, yes.
Yeah, that's me. Moses steps up and kind of brushes his mop of curly hair out of his face, and I'm the captain.
Yeah, he's our leader.
Right.
The man kind of chuckles at that and gives you kind of a knowing-ish nod.
Oh, but he doesn't.
So, in case I guess you visited here, so you know our rules. I'm gonna have to take you to our medium and have you submit to a voluntary mark, so that you can't draw weapons within, other than self-defense, obviously.
Of course.
Like a peace tie?
You're gonna get disarmed. You won't be able to lift your hands. What are you gonna do?
But I need both
Hey,
my hands.
I just have this metal walking stick.
Well, in any case,
Yeah. No, I mean that's good. It makes me feel better if things are safe here.
good. Off to his right, a few paces back, you see a kind of rather tall elf. He's probably 6'5", with deep red umber hair pulled into like kind of like a top knot or a bun.
Man,
And he's wearing kind of a similar like long buttoned leather coat.
Is that kind of the dress of like the greeters or
Those would be the watch guard.
okay.
Do I
Yeah.
recognize any of them?
How long have you been away from Britefall?
It's probably been 2 years.
2 years. Then probably not.
I try and keep my little pith helmet down. The mustache I grew after I left, so hopefully that'll disguise me a little bit.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and roll your choice of deception or performance?
Once. 19.
19. Okay. Yeah. They don't seem to recognize you. You fade into background a little bit.
hide behind me.
You would probably know that the medium that they're talking about. So another human man by the name of Lori Bain, Beine. He's probably about your age. So the human and the elf kind of walk you down the path, and they take kind of a sharp right towards the northern side of the town. You're only walking for 10 minutes or so, and you come to a corner house that is much like all the other ones. This one in the front has a number of very kind of small, sparse kind of bushes that just kind of shoot up with a kind of look very ill-tended and like kind of small leaves, and there's spider webs just all over them. And he has a kind of slat path of like pieces of wood that lead up to the front. and even before you guys kind of get all the way up to the doorway, the door opens, and you see Lori there. He's again like about your age. He's fairly thin, and he wears simple robes. He has about his kind of very thick worn leather belt. He has little loops where he has two very long knitting needles kind of stuck into the side, and he kind of like fidgets them with his right thumb as he kind of nods to you as you walk up. As what can I do for you?
Well, we're here to get Mark, I guess.
Oh yes, of course. You come to visit.
Yes.
Are you Mark?
No, I am Laurie Bain,
Oh,
local medium. I look out for the welfare of these people here.
okay. They told us to get Mark or something.
Oh, marked, of course.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
why'd you guys let me say that?
It's quite a simple process. I'll be extending magics at you. You just need to submit a rune or mark will appear on the back of your hand, and it's as simple as that. There's no pain. It just keeps the peace.
Right. So we keep our weapons, we just can't use them, basically.
Correct.
Or what?
We wouldn't want to be defenseless in the case of a raid or something.
Are you expecting a raid?
No, of course
Yeah,
not.
things
You're
are
We
medium.
have some of the finest watchmen all over.
Do I know what the rules would be on people that use magic? Do they need to get marked?
It's kind of an unspoken rule that you don't cast magic unless it's to benefit the community. So even if it's just for entertainment, you just kind of don't do it unless it's like directly going to help someone.
It'll make a child smile. That's worth everything.
Yeah, you don't need to mark the kid, do you? I mean,
No, his name. That's not his name's not Mark.
He does have a
dang.
weapon.
it does. I mean, yeah. He's harmless.
Well, then you wouldn't mind taking the weapon from him.
He might mind that.
Well, I wouldn't mind. Mose?
It's mine. I'll take the mark.
Right. Just don't shoot anything.
You got something in your eye, Mose?
You know what?
Yeah, just
Okay.
if you think you can not shoot anything. I don't want to see
You get taken away by the
Orpheus
city
and actually
guard.
dead.
We'll have to see. I'm a pirate. I'm unpredictable.
Well, that's what I'm worried about.
Mhm.
You're a pirate captain, right? You
Yeah.
gotta set a good example for the other part.
Oh, that's right. You guys are dumb.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So he kind of like pushes by you guys and puts his hand out.
Okay.
So so Laurie just kind of he kind of clutches the
Needles.
the needles, yeah, and then he just kind of brings his fingers together and puts them on the back of your hand and just kind of spreads them out like that, and you feel like a little bit of a tingle,
Even me.
and almost like an asterisk kind of appears on the back of your hand.
Do I feel a tingle
Even you.
in my gears?
In your servos.
Circuits. I got buttons.
So I mean, in theory, you guys could resist and try to pretend like you didn't, but I don't know if that's something you would want to do.
Well, do I know as far as like, can I still punch and kick things, or is that gonna activate it?
You didn't really stay here for that long. I mean, you visited, but you were
Yeah.
probably maybe here for like a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah, I didn't
So-
actually test it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't resist, just in case you can tell or it's visible or something.
Okay. So just to be clear,
Yeah.
you guys are all voluntarily failing a saving throw.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't have any weapons.
It's a precaution.
So what happens if we act aggressively or whatever? Does it like shock us or something? Or?
You'd have to you'd have to see. You want unless you ask that question.
So just to be certain, so I don't do it. What happens if I do it?
It will render your weapon immaterial temporarily.
Oh, cool. Well, that'll make my load easier.
Wait, so I could go around hitting ghosts with this?
No.
Nope, that's not it.
Um,
Even I know that. You can't tell me.
Do I know how it would affect my spellcasting?
Did you know spiders are a delicacy?
Yes.
Oh, we don't eat spiders here.
Oh, you see? That's how delicate they are.
They're important creatures. He seems very serious when he says that.
That's what I'm saying.
How would it affect your spell casting? I think mechanically it would probably, if you have any kind of attack, you would be at disadvantage, and any kind of save that was required by something you cast would be at advantage. But again, only stuff that's like aggressive. Did you need showing around? I would be happy to.
No, I think we could find our way around. But as far as you mentioned raiding, like, so things have been pretty calm and just as normal.
We haven't had any problems in the last year and a half.
That's good. That's good. And the myths stay away from here, I assume.
We're not immune, but of course we have precautions. Everyone, you would know this because you grew up here, everyone has a cellar. And the cellar is lined with the ayahuasca, yeah.
Do you have a sense of when the next mists may appear?
I don't expect anything for 2 weeks at least.
A common cellar for people that don't reside here.
Yes. We do have a place for visitors in the center of town.
Okay.
Is it
It's
called-
just off the market square.
Is it a visitor center?
Yes, it is.
Aptly named.
It doubles as a warehouse, but
Oh, well. Okay.
there's a room set aside for visitors.
Well, it's not the same.
Can I interest you in perhaps a look at the namesake of our town? For anyone who hasn't been here before.
I mean, I've seen it, but yeah, if you all want to.
Do we have something to do in this town? Like, are we supposed to be? I wasn't here. Are we supposed to be doing something in this town, or are we just gonna hang around?
Following those,
Yeah, it wasn't super specific.
What do you think, Mose? Do you want to see?
Yeah. I want to look at the water, the falls. Yeah,
Yes, we do.
I like that.
Do you have a little map for self-guided tour later?
I'm afraid we don't. Moses is lying. No one has to roll into it. He
You want to see it?
he's trying to be brave.
Okay.
He might be afraid of heights.
So, is there an actual dock here?
Yeah, on the coast, you mean?
Yeah.
No, of course
No.
not.
Falls. Okay. So then we're not going to actually find a ship.
Well, we do have one ship, but it's rarely used. We send it out every now and then just to explore a bit.
Is it out now?
I want you to roll a luck.
Okay.
It's like the Star of India.
Yeah, a little bit.
Am I going low or high?
High. You want high?
High? Yeah, I got a 3.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 5, I guess. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it is out at the moment. But it should be back within the next day or two.
Okay, well,
How long does it take to get a sense of the mist? If I were to do an insight,
Probably. Yeah, I didn't codify that, but probably takes a short rest.
Maybe half a short rest.
like a good hour of kind of getting a sense of it.
Mhm.
That makes sense for doing my morning routine. That's how I do my sensing of it.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you all want to get acquainted and whatnot, it sounds like if they're looking for a ship, it's going to be a day or two. I do have some catching up to do myself, but unless y'all wanted to do something before.
Is
Mose, what do you want to do?
I want to go to a tavern.
All right. Do you want some more whiskey?
Oh no, I don't think I need any more. I don't think I need any more whiskey. That tough stuff's too weak for me.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Maury.
Yes.
I heard about a guardswoman last in the park. Do you know her whereabouts?
Oh yes. She's down at the mine right now.
Alrighty.
Did you know her? That's odd. I didn't. No offense, but she didn't mention knowing a dragonborn.
Oh, well, adventurers get around. And you hear about
Oh, of
these.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Is that last name something related?
Mark.
Yeah.
Balance.
And someone's last name. Yeah.
Did you tell me that at some point? I forgot.
yes.
Okay. Okay. I said, yeah, my sister was friends with her. We were talking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Who, and
She doesn't live in town anymore.
your sister.
Yeah, she moved back to Foundry.
Oh,
To,
that sister.
yeah.
Hmm.
What have you heard?
Well,
Good things, I assume.
well, I just remember about the exploits of Vesta and Kaya.
Hmm. Well,
Quite
Sure,
the troublemakers.
yeah, I'm sure things have calmed down now that they're separate ways. Yeah,
Well, you didn't hear this from me, but
yeah.
Melissa can be a little moody sometimes, and I think maybe she misses her friend.
Hmm.
Girlfriend?
Did she ever settle down with anyone?
Boyfriend?
Perhaps. I don't
Yeah.
no.
No. I'll have to catch up with her at some point.
There was a young man who came in, I guess it was 2 years ago now, and seemed like they might be a thing, but didn't last.
Hmm. Where does she usually hang out? I'm gonna try to catch up with her at some point.
These days she pretty much camps out of the mine. She's kind of self-assigned herself as the guardian.
Okay, so she's just there.
Yes,
All right. Well, maybe I'll take a trip out.
One more question.
of course.
Is there a place to practice with our equipment? Being adventurers is part of our daily routine to stay limber and give ourselves a practice in the mornings.
Of course.
That's not gonna sit after monitor.
I suppose you could, if you don't mind exiting the town, you could take the southern path.
All right.
There's a little bit of clearing, about a mile, if you follow the southern path along the coast.
Do these things only work in town though? Right?
Yes.
That's
Do they come back when you walk back into town?
Well, I assume it stays, but it's
Yeah.
just-
Oh.
It'll last for the duration of your stay.
Oh.
Can I do an Arcana on it?
Sure,
To
yeah.
Figure out.
Mhm.
14.
It sounds it must be unique because yeah, and you can feel just from your knowledge of magic, you can feel those are pretty potent enchantment time.
Well, Mose wants to go to a tavern.
Yeah.
Let's go. We go.
Well,
Where's the nearest tavern?
Yeah. Do y'all need me or?
No, go away.
Yeah,
Mose doesn't
yeah,
like
okay.
you.
We'll give most some
What are
your
you
beer.
talking about? I respect all my crewmates.
Oh,
It's good. It's good.
is he lying?
He's a 10-year-old kid. It's hard to. I mean, yeah. Go ahead and roll insight.
Does he actually know what that means?
No, I mean,
It seems legit.
seems legit to you.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had such a difference.
Mm.
Let's go.
Yeah, deference.
You have a vast intelligence.
Oh
Your
no!
scope.
We all do. Well, maybe not you.
I don't understand.
Look it up
Ugh.
And
I'm sure there are books
where?
that will
in your
teach you.
head.
Oh,
Okay.
nothing
So
under vast.
so the party's gonna split up.
Again,
Never split the party.
Scuffle by themselves.
It's
same place, right?
So you're going to the mines?
No. I'm gonna go visit my family.
Oh.
No, the mines is the last place I want to go. I just wanted to know so we don't bump into her accidentally.
Sure. Okay. So let's do you three first. What did you guys want to do? Go to the tavern. Okay.
Drink.
Okay.
Get Mo's drunk. This is a fantasy world. Children can be drunk in this one.
We'll get him a mocktail.
I think we already
Some
gave
near
him
beer.
something, didn't we?
We gave him whiskey and it made him
Yeah.
sick.
well,
Oh,
because
yeah.
the milk was spoiled.
He did try some, yeah.
We're gonna give
so
him
he-
some absinthe.
He might actually not want to drink.
Okay. So not so much a tavern, but someone cottage. Instead of a garden out front, there are a number of benches, and it's like an outdoor bar. It's almost like a
Like a brewery.
yeah, a little
Beer
yeah,
garden.
almost like a beer garden. It's a little it's a little small. It could probably hold 12 to 20 people or something. And the back room appears to be just where the proprietor sleeps, and you can kind of hear the bubbling of a still in the back. And you see an older woman in her kind of early 40s, I guess. She has kind of faded strawberry blonde hair, some kind of wavy, pulled into a like a kind of very loose, kind of informal ponytail. She holds herself kind of very confidently. She has a kind of very welcoming presence, and she's just kind of going over the area. There's a few people, like three, kind of sitting on a bench. Two of them sitting on one, and the other one, and they were kind of have turned around and like facing the other, and they seem to be having kind of like a chat and enjoying they're kind of munching on radishes and drinking from these mugs. And there'll come a woman, just kind of waves you over and says, "Please come. Welcome to the Wanderlight.
What?
We don't get newcomers that often. What can I get you?"
Rose, what are you feeling?
I want milk with the
Rum would be good.
go ahead and roll persuasion.
Disadvantage because I said it. Really loud.
So, 3, 10.
10. No thanks. I gotta keep my head clear because I'm the captain.
Good on you, Mose.
Very well, Captain.
I shall sit right here so I can see everything. He picks a far spot of the bench, dead center, but like off to the left, and he kind of sits, kind of straddling it, like arms folded, and just kind of like surveying the area. Please, fetch my milk.
So milk for that one.
I do believe he was talking to you.
The woman chuckles a little bit. Yes, interesting. Interesting companion you have there.
He's our captain.
Yes, I suppose that's one way to keep him safe. And good to have one of your kind here.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well,
What does your kind mean?
I can tell you're awake.
I'm just messing with
Whew, thank you.
poor Alan.
It's often hard to tell at first glance whether you're thinking kind or not. And I'm stepping all
All
over.
sit down.
Please, can I?
Oh, just the milk for this one.
I'm sorry. Please apologize for. Maybe I can give you a drink for free as a way of apology.
That's what I was going for.
What would you like? I have.
You really shouldn't whisper that right in front of them.
No, that's me.
I have.
No, I understand that was you.
I have fermented radish. It's kind of a spicy mead-like drink. I have ale, of course. I have beer, and I have a concoction of my own, a kind of a walnut beer.
I'll take the house specialty.
Good.
Yeah,
And a lunch. Maybe
He's not there.
lunch. Mose, hungry?
Oh yeah, I want to surprise me.
Give us what you think you're best at.
Oh, good.
Spits.
walnut beer sounds great.
Good. I do have some fresh cuts of lamb if you'd like that.
Yes, and we're a little bit starved for word and conversation. So if you have any idea of what's been happening around, or I assume you probably get the most travelers through. If you have news, we would be happy to hear it. We'd also be happy to share in kind.
Well, yes. You seem familiar.
Oh, I hear that a lot.
Do you?
Not too familiar.
Well,
All of us adventurers like the
once
same.
you, once you roll me
I mean, I hear that a lot. Sorry, I had a frog in my throat.
sure. Once you roll me this time for sure is deception.
9.
9. Well, this may be problematic, but the most interesting thing that's been happening is at the mines, and you've probably heard that your sister is there.
My. All right.
She's got you pegged.
It's good to see you again, Delwynn.
Can you not tell her?
Of course, but I mean, family is family, isn't it?
Bruises are bruises.
I suppose.
We can heal him.
Your choice, of course. Let me go get you that food and drink.
Not while I'm
Oh,
unconscious.
can you make radish sandwiches?
Don't get hit in the head.
Of course.
Yay! With cheese?
We haven't had any cheese for a while, but I'll see what I can scratch up.
Yay!
Yeah, so she
Cheese.
heads in the back.
What
And
nothing mustache was going to do it.
That's probably the accent.
You're right. I should have let in with something a little better.
Something down here, Pilgrim.
I'll have to keep up with the different accent from here on out.
It's a lot easier than you think it is.
okay, so the three gentlemen over there, you can hear, indeed, that seems to be the topic on everyone's mind is the mines. Currently, there was a tunnel that was found. Normally, so the mine itself is at the base of a very old, nearly petrified oak tree. No longer has branches. The bark has all turned glistening black, and it is kind of a staple for at least kind of young folk because it is so close to the edge of the cliff. They'd often kind of dare each other to like hang on a branch and kind of swing over.
There are no branches left.
I'm sorry, no, there's no leaves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But thankfully, most of the time, there's an adult watching, and the 2 incidents where someone actually did fall, a feather fall was administered quick enough to cause any permanent damage, other than the embarrassment of having to like lower a very long rope and bring them back up, because to the ocean is at times 600 to 800 feet. So it's a pretty stark drop down. The waterfall is quite intense when it comes down. And again, so they're talking about this tunnel that was found in the mine, which was kind of just below the tree, where occasionally good veins of iron ore are found. Sometimes copper as well. But like not having to export, they make use of everything they find. There have been rumors, at least, according to these three, that something is living down there. The gentleman who runs the small mine, which is a Daneg man. Let's see his card. Come on, I just had it. Where'd it go?
Sister goes to the mine, though. A lot of stuff going on in there.
Oh, here it is. Brands Brickwell. Oh, I'm sorry. He's not a Danik. He's a human.
She tends to be where there's the most danger.
Yeah. You growing up with her, you would know that like she almost immediately applied to be a watch guard, and she worked there for like a year or something, and then she found it too boring and kind of decided to travel a little bit.
She's always been a little bit more of the rough and tumble type than me.
Should bring her in the party.
You looking to retire?
Kind of.
All right then.
What's the point?
Nihilistic robot. Interesting.
You've known this.
You sure your name isn't Marvin?
Who?
Just
Like
checking. Insight.
So, about 10 minutes later, the woman comes back out with a kind of wooden tray, very kind of nicely arranged sandwiches
Yay.
on a looks like a kind of light, fluffy roll cut in half with several kind of slices of lamb, kind of hastily. No, I mean not hastily, but like artistically laid on the bread. One of them has some slices of radish and a little crumbling of this kind of white cheese. And then there's one with it's just a lamb sandwich, and there are 3 drinks on it as well. She goes, as I said, on the house. If you need any help, my name is Grace. I'll be in the back.
Grace. Nice to meet you, Grace.
Grace, this is Sora, Fender,
Hello, Fender.
and Mose.
Thank you for gracing us with this great food.
Oof.
I think we're even now. How much do we owe you?
She really does make the best beer in town.
So you're still sitting back there? Does it oil? I have some. A little. I don't.
He's been kind of hard to read. I'm not.
I wish I
think secretly
I wish I was
he
more-
enjoys abuse.
I wish I was more educated. I just don't. I don't even know how to talk.
Yes, I agree with Sora. I think he enjoys making people.
Sometimes I feel like
but
we're so isolated here that we need to. Anyway, I shouldn't. I'll be in the back.
Oh, good. We've got information to share in return. There have been increased.
So she's kind of just about to vanish around the corner, like in her little house, like private part, like
The lady
section.
work.
And she kind of like turns back. You have news?
Oh, yes. There have been increased attacks on the road from trolls.
Mhm.
Kind of more
Interesting.
organized groups, more frequent attacks.
Huh.
Even with a possibility of one trying to possibly unite. Any chance have you heard of the Lord and the Lady? Right? That was, do I remember that correctly?
Yes.
Well, I just can't. They can't be the same. Laurie, when he's in his trances, often calls to the Lord of the Eight, but I don't know that has anything to do with it. Of course, he wouldn't have anything to do with trolls.
Yeah.
Some more demonic powers than anything else.
Yes, we do.
Commercial
Yes.
research.
What was our hinting that it was demonic?
Runes on them or something?
I think so.
Yes, that sounds right. We also encountered a few that were, two groups we encountered fighting when we rescued a pair of potato farmers.
Oh,
One of the groups was resistant to acid, and the other was
that's-
resistant to fire.
that's troublesome.
It was quite troublesome.
That's something that the mayor would like to hear about. Sure.
And the mayor's name.
If I can find him, where is he?
Slime is a blessing. Lady of Fungus. Yes, demonic.
That's even more troublesome. Yes, Mayor Federa would like to hear that. I'm sure you remember him. He's only a little bit older than you.
Yes, we'd be happy to
He's only a little
write
bit
this
older.
down if you'd like to pass on. I think the less people know that I'm here, the less likely that I will be beaten unconscious.
Of course,
Is that not something
well,
you're into?
the crags are quite a distance away. I suppose it can wait till night. I'll let him know. Thank you. That is good to know.
Yes, and if you hear any tales of albino trolls with
Albino trolls. Interesting.
Vinyl trolls, yes.
and the mists have been erratic. We were in Umoa, and the mists
Yes.
were able to penetrate into Umoa
Well, that's
with quite a rising of undead.
undead fallen. That's odd.
Skill.
Hadn't heard of that.
That's just like the media, not informing the people of the real news.
We did have. No, that's nothing. I'm sure.
No, please.
Do tell.
Yeah, go ahead and roll persuasion. She seems a little reticent to continue.
15.
Well, I suppose you speak to the spirits as well, so
Yes.
maybe you can offer a different insight on this. About 6 months or so after you left, there was a bit of oddness with the mists as well. Laurie would detect it, and it didn't seem to appear. It was less like a blanket of fog, and more like a net. There seemed to be holes in it, or it didn't flow like it usually does.
Well, perhaps we should go back and talk to Laurie Mormy. He'll have more information about this demon. As if I recall, just before sunset is the best time to review the falls. Anyway, so we have plenty of time before.
It is beautiful.
Does she bring me a cup of oil? Without me
Must you
asking.
always be difficult to people? They're just trying
She
to be
does.
nice.
She does?
She looks really timid too when she's approaching you. She goes, "I'm really sorry. I don't mean any offense. I don't know if this is something that can help you or something you would enjoy. But would you like this?"
He folds his arms up. I would love it. Thank you so much for your kindness.
You're welcome here.
Thank you. Whenever I need.
Of course.
The true ally you have made.
Well, thank you. Just if there's anything else that you need, just let me know, please. Great, my name's Grace.
I know, I made a pun earlier.
Oh, you did. You did.
Thank you.
Of course. She kind of she looks like is like kind of a little nervous, almost like bow as she kind of walks away.
So maybe we'll meet up with Scopa before we go back and talk to.
Speaking of,
Wait, no, hold on.
cross wipe.
Wait. Start. Cross back. Cross right back.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Did you want to do something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And nudge Mose. It's pretty cool,
Yeah, free stuff.
You ruined my segue for that.
Okay.
huh? Cross swipes back.
All right. So we find you're going to see your family,
Yeah.
your aunt and uncle.
Yeah, my aunt and uncle, my youngest brother lives with them. My other brother has his own farm that, connect too well. I mean, it's not bad terms, but I'd rather go see them. And maybe he'll be there, maybe he won't.
Okay. So as a couple, a family that came into the town kind of later in its history, they have their house is a little bit closer to the falls.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't know, 100 feet away from the cliff's edge.
That's perfect with me. Yeah.
And remind me of the names of your your uncle and aunt.
Aunt Blythe, call her Aunt Blythe.
Okay.
My uncle is Jetnik Graff. He's a human.
Okay.
Demon?
Jed and Bly.
Yeah. And my brother, who's living there, is Elias. He tried to go out on his own, but he's an artisan and wasn't successful. So
And he's a half orc as well.
yeah,
Or I'm sorry, Orkindi.
right.
And Bly. Okay. So
Yeah, I kind of smile as I hear the familiar crash of the falls. Kind of get that in my head as I'm walking up.
yeah, you didn't stay long, but it was a memorable and like very peaceful kind of time.
Yeah.
You can see there's although this like isn't his profession, Jed likes to whittle. So he has these like little kind of animal carvings that he kind of like sets on the windowsills. And so at this point there's like a good 36 of them, just kind of some are on the windowsills, some are on like kind of just little rocks or things that are like kind of in the garden.
Yeah, it's been busy.
And you can see your aunt kind of working in the yard.
They grow bananas, of course.
Sure. They have so I'm gonna say they have like 6 trees,
Yeah.
They have really long.
just kind of
Line versus fungus.
like half circling the house, and then there's kind of the front area where it's very welcoming. They're very nice people.
Okay.
And your kind of aunt looks up, and she almost kind of like does a double take.
Yeah. And when I see her, I kind of get subconscious and cover my eye patch a bit. This is all new.
Scofa, little one.
Yes. And why? It's been so long.
It has.
Okay, come here.
So good to see you.
You
You're 6'7". She's almost your height, and she's a broad woman. She gives you like a pretty like like a bear hug. She always did, and it's the kind where like this woman, well, at least as a kid, you're like, this woman could snap me in half, but like at the same time, it's very like comforting. Just like it's very she has this kind of very motherly, even though she's your aunt,
Yeah.
like very protective and warm aura.
That's it?
She keeps her hair kind of short, and she likes to put like oil and wax in it to make it kind of wild. She feels like that's her her thing.
Okay.
And she yeah.
So see, careful.
Oh dear. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Have you eaten? We have, of course.
Yeah. No, I'm always hungry when I come here.
Yes. Your uncle is just finishing a batch of peanut butter.
Amazing. I see he's been busy.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
And Elias, is he still here? Is he
He's
kind of having more success? Or?
he's well, yeah, I think so.
Oh, before I forget, I grab my pack and I pull out the sensor with the chain that I found. Is it still there's something for you?
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. She like kind of immediately like puts it on. Please come in.
Yeah.
So yeah, you enter the house immediately.
Yeah.
Very present, the smell of peanut butter.
Okay.
And to a lesser extent, bananas, but more like the kind of after scent of banana bread.
Mm.
And the place is a bit untidy. They were never like super organized, very hippie-esque kind of family.
Sure. It's my staff by the door.
They have they kind of basically like they don't have separate rooms other than like kind of the privy off to the side. It's very open, and there's just kind of two beds kind of thrown against the wall, and then they have like tables and chairs and knickknacks and items kind of all over the place.
All right.
Just like you remember.
Okay. So Eli is there somewhere in the corner? Or?
No, but out the back window, you can kind of see you can see him kind of sitting in a chair, like 20 feet from the falls, just kind of from the back. He just seems to be looking out, occasionally like looking down, and then he has a small table set to the side, and you can see he picks up a what's the word for it? I guess magnifying glass. He's a gem cutter.
Okay.
That's his chosen profession, and
Yeah.
she goes, oh, yes, Eli. He actually had some pieces that he sent abroad, and they were well received. So I think he's feeling a bit more confident.
That's good. I think that he finally found something he's good at.
Yes.
All right. So generally, I kind of want to, because from the vision, it looked like there was something that she was upset about, but just get a general sense. But mostly, I want to try to get alone with my brother and try to get the real scoop on what's if something's going on or like that.
Sure.
But
Sure.
for now, I'm just kind of soaking in. And
She goes, I can make you a sandwich if you want to go and talk to Eli.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Of course. Yes. Banana bread and peanut butter.
Of course.
Yes. Okay. All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
So although she said that Jed was just finishing a thing of, he's actually kind of passed out on his bed.
Okay.
And you see like a little bit of a mug, not a mug, I'm sorry, a jug,
Okay.
kind of sitting next to him. The cork popped off.
This guy's party.
He enjoys his drink. He doesn't overindulge often, so either something really happy happened or something a little bit upsetting did.
Okay. Yeah, he's asleep basically, so I can't really get a good read.
No.
Unless he's like kicking his leg.
No, he's not. He seems pretty conked out.
Okay. All right. Well then, yeah, I'll just kind of take a long breath and then head outside.
Okay.
Soak it all in.
So yeah, you can as you approach Eli, you can hear the kind of the light clinking as he's like holding up a piece, and he's got it in this kind of like I don't know, kind of bracing cup, and he's just kind of like very carefully, slowly, kind of chipping, trying to facet it.
All right, so I'm just gonna kind of try to walk up slowly and like kind of look over shoulder and watch a bit. Should I roll?
Yeah, go ahead and roll stealth.
Okay. All right, plus 0. That is a 14.
14.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's preoccupied, so he doesn't notice you as you
Okay.
stand behind him.
So I'll watch, try to see, because it looks like he's got some skill going. And
Yeah, it looks like he found a piece of amethyst,
okay.
kind of a redder stone, and he's kind of chipping it into like a for just because it's on my mind, kind of like a dark crystal shaped crystal.
Okay.
Although obviously much smaller.
Right.
It's about the size of like your pinky,
Right.
and he's kind of chipping it into this very kind of neat.
So I'll wait for him to get to a spot where I'm not going to screw up his work, and then I'll like clamp the shoulder.
Okay. Yeah. So he puts down the chisel. He switches hands and he starts to reach over towards the magnifying glass to
Right. Eli!
Yes.
And
the gem and the thing, the holder, kind of goes up in the air.
can I try to make a quick grab at it?
Yeah, sure. Dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 13.
Yeah, you catch it.
Uh,
Scofa.
yeah.
Good.
So I just moved that out.
Why do you all?
What do you mean?
So he stands and kind of gives you like a kind of tap on the arm,
Yeah.
brotherly punch. So
Right in the mouth.
what are you doing here?
What do you mean? I always come back. Every 7 years.
Well,
It's like
you're early.
a little bit. I mean, I don't have a calendar. Track.
Well, I mean,
Yes, you do.
we do.
Of course.
Well, I'm sorry. So what brings you here? It is nice to see you.
I see you.
I see you a little better than you see. I'm sorry.
In the distance,
okay. It's all right.
Fender in your ear.
Yeah.
Haha.
I see you growing up with that. That's good.
Yeah, I think this is a good thing.
Yeah. So I found it. It's the woods. I was looking for them.
Did you?
They found it. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's
Well,
what all this is about.
really?
Yeah. I mean, not exactly what I expected, but it was pretty amazing. I definitely have to catch up on it.
Do they really have eyes in the leaves?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I wish I could have.
And
I wish I could just show it to you, but it's just so.
from the tales I've heard, they're elves, they're guardians. They glow like the sun. Is that?
They did do a bit of glowing, yeah. Not so nice though, it turns out. Well, I mean, when you wander about in spaces, they're guarding, I guess.
I suppose.
But yeah, I can mark that off my list. Found it.
Well, good for you.
Of course, I lost it again. That's how it wanders. But yeah,
So you're wandering again. I mean,
Well,
sorry, that's your thing.
yeah.
obviously.
Well, I mean, I figured maybe I could come back and maybe try to settle down a bit, but I found some people, and we're
You did.
yeah, we're well, no, we're on a bit of an adventure.
Well,
I guess I'm always on an adventure.
you did always have that kind of. I can't help but sparkle in your eye.
Right.
Nice.
No, I get it.
But are you? I mean,
It's fine. I'm actually feeling much better recently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah, pretty, I don't know.
that's good.
It's come over me, actually.
That's good.
So how, I saw Jed passed out in there. Well, how's things here?
Maybe okay, I guess. I mean,
Yeah. I know Bly seemed like there was something.
you know how she always puts on a smile.
Right. Anything I should know about? I should,
Well, you know how Jed and Brands grew up together, and they're close. He, I, they drink together, of course.
right.
This stuff about something living being down there
Down where?
in the mines. Versta checked it out. She said there was nothing, but Jed, he fixates.
Right. Yeah. You haven't gone there, have you?
I mean, now and again, I go to see if they found any kind of other
Right.
gems to work on.
Yeah. Just, for me, don't go in.
Versta's always down there. It's not a big deal.
It's just, father and whatnot.
I mean, that was a long time ago.
It was, but still.
We can't let this stop us from doing everything.
But mines in particular, just
Okay, all right. I'll try to stick to casting nets again. I guess for now.
yeah. I mean, maybe somebody else can go in for you. You know.
Yeah, I'll ask.
Anyways, didn't come back to bring up old things.
Yeah.
But it's that time. I do plan to go back there. I mean, that's my next stop.
You think that's a good idea?
Well, I mean, it's part of the whole thing. It's
Your circuit.
right.
Well,
It's it's the old ways.
before you get beaten to a pulp again,
Yeah.
let's go inside and have some food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll wipe back.
Okay.
Where do we find you guys?
At the falls.
What?
We're there.
No, it's going to the falls around evening.
Is it an evening?
Well, it's still early, wasn't it? Yeah.
Unless there's anything else we want to do, we can cut to that.
No, okay.
Yeah, no, we were just kind of waiting for him
Yeah.
to rejoin us so we could.
Okay.
We bust down the
Did you
door.
guys talk about meeting up there?
We talked about a meeting. Yeah, I mean, we could have said that. It's fine.
Okay.
We sense him and kick down the
So,
door.
would you want a particular spot? Do you want to go to the tree? Do you want to stay away from the tree? What's your?
What's Mose want to do? Mose doesn't like heights, you said.
You get the feeling he doesn't like heights, but he was trying to put on a brave face.
You're up to hide anything from me, Mose.
I
Heights
know
are-
you're my
First mate.
second mate.
Who's first?
Cabin boy.
Yeah, you're the cabin boy.
No, I think Scofa is the cabin boy.
Cabin bot.
Cabin bot.
Yeah. there you
No. I'm gonna be the captain and the cabin boy because I'm a boy and I like to be in the cabin.
go. Okay.
So first.
So I
mate.
shut that down.
Let's
go to our next thing. What do you want to?
Maybe use our shipwright. I'm just going to repair.
There's a bosun.
There you go. Thoughts.
There's a bug in the. Yeah.
I don't think anyone else can hear this, but there's a bug got into is playing with one of the light bulbs.
Is it there?
Or anyway.
Just floating around up there for like
Yeah.
20 minutes. It's really distracting.
Okay, sorry about that. All right.
Where was the best view of the falls without getting too much into the heights?
Honestly, the best view would be climbing up into the tree and like kind of sitting in one of the like.
Tree it is.
Okay,
I don't want to go up the tree.
you guys head towards the tree.
Yeah.
Sundown comes, and again, so the falls at this point the tide is out. So we'll say it's okay. So there's less. So yeah, so it's a full 800-foot drop.
That's it.
And you can see the colors from the sunset as it's going down, just kind of shimmering across the namesake of Britefall, because the whole kind of backside behind the waterfall are like deposits of fluorite, which is the crystal I was looking for before. It's a crystal that changes colors depending on like which way kind of light goes into it, and because there are so many facets, there's just like a sprinkle explosion of just light, almost like a laser light show, Pink Floyd or something, just kind of like going off that kind of shimmers across this waterfall. And it's like it's people who haven't seen it before, like most I don't want to say anyone because you guys have agency, but like most people are awestruck by it. It's beautiful, and it's probably for a good 25% of the population the reason why they stayed.
Oh, I do miss this.
I see the appeal.
It almost kind of like
What is most of it?
Mose is he's definitely like struck by it, but you don't think he like has the maturity to kind of like really understand. And like it's fascinating, but in a way that he doesn't quite grok. So like he is paying attention to it, but again he's 10 years old, so he doesn't have that like attention span, and he holds it for 3 minutes or so, and then he starts kind of like poking around the tree. Although he's keeping a wide, he's staying to the east side of it. And you can see the little bit of like shakiness that it, like when he gets too close to the edge, or what he considers to be the edge.
Yeah, I'm not able to climb too far up in the tree. My climbing skills are not.
There's some like 3 or 4 feet up, fairly easy to get to. There's a good spot to sit.
Those are the ones I'm on. I'm on the old people branches.
Sure. And you can see a couple other people have come to kind of enjoy the view. One of them being a Cynoceph, which we have not discussed before. Cynocephs are this world's gnolls, who are not evil. They are basically dog-headed humans, more or less. Very family-oriented, and like their namesake, fair dog-like in their loyalty. Once they make friends, it's forever, pretty much. And you would know him, and you probably met him as well, Scofa. His name is Sebastian Ketch. He is a very friendly dude.
I give them a treat.
He is kind of sitting, kind of dangling his legs off the side, wearing so his head, he has kind of golden brown fur, very kind of like lassie like. His teeth are like they're pristine. You recall that like he is like often like chewing on this herb that makes his breath like minty.
Dentist sticks.
Like a little bit, like almost. Yeah, it's like a reed that he chews on. He wears fine clothes, and he you didn't see this last time you saw him, but he walks with a lacquered wooden cane with like kind of a brass ball as a handle. And he kind of oh, hello, welcome, Delwynn, yes.
Yes. Damn it.
These are your companions, I suppose. You were always a friendly sort.
Yes. This is Fender,
Nice to meet you, Fender.
Sora,
Well met.
And you?
Has Scopa joined us?
Yeah, you would have kind of
Okay.
probably just now walked up or something.
Scopa and
Sebastian.
Yes. Hello, Scofa. I remember you.
the one down there stabbing at the tree currently is Captain Mose.
Oh, a young boy. Listen, you fortunate to have 4 guardians.
Yeah, watch out for that one.
Oh, really?
That's how he lost his eye.
Oh, well. Devoted guardians, even. Hey, pardon. He kind of stands up and uses his cane to help himself up, and he kind of, as he kind of like leans it against his hip, he offers his hand. Good to meet you all.
If do me a favor and maybe not mention that
Ooh.
I'm back in town.
I mean,
She's already here.
you know my policy on lying, but I suppose I could.
Just maybe avoid her, if possible.
Just
We're
avoid
going to be
bringing
here
it
a
up.
couple days, so just maybe not see you.
I can't guarantee anything, but I'll try to help you out.
Good. I like to stick to my policy of not being beaten to unconsciousness.
Well, I was gonna say I think it might be extreme, but sometimes she has a temper,
Why does she want to beat you up so bad?
It's love.
and that's probably where I should excuse myself because none of my business.
Sebastian, I want to
Well,
hear from you. Why does
I'll leave you to it. Perhaps
please.
I'll see you in the morning.
please?
He starts walking back to
Unless
the town.
his sister finds him,
You're
so
offending me.
avoid her.
So they,
I
Get him to
was
fall for my ruse.
tending to someone's wife
Oh
in
no!
doing some healing,
Oh, is that what they call it?
and
Scofa? Is that
true to
what
my
they call
sign,
it?
I pay what you can. This man was well off. He decided that he did not want to pay anything. I may have taken something of value on my way out.
Okay.
She covered for me, and it cost her a position.
That's what happened. Wow. Well.
so you can hear Sebastian like he's now probably 80 feet as he's walking away. You can hear this.
So, just to get it straight, you were servicing a woman, and the husband came home, and so you stole his stuff, and she got killed.
Yeah, I think you got little wires crossed in there.
But yeah, no one was killed.
Oh, you said she lost her job.
Yeah.
I thought the job was being a wife.
No, my sister.
Oh, I missed that part.
So, how'd you like town?
So you have the item, right? We'll just return it. We'll
What?
clear everything up.
I've already
You smell
Traded.
brands?
Oh,
What is that nutty, earthy smell?
It's pay what you can. If you have the means, you pay so that I can help other people that
What's
don't
the-
have the means.
hey, no judgment here.
Peanuts.
What are peanuts?
They're nuts. Never had a peanut?
And he was an ass about it.
Alright, we'll get you some
I
peanuts.
look to Mose
I know what walnuts are.
Yeah.
and I say,
Almonds.
Yeah, somewhat.
What does a peanut tree look like?
I don't know, it's like a tree.
I've never heard of a peanut tree.
Okay. I don't know, I just eat the peanuts.
That's because they grow on the ground.
Maybe it's not a tree.
I look to
And
Mose-
before you get the wrong impression, she was sick. I was tending to her with medicine and
Almonds,
herbs.
too, and
I look
hazelnuts.
to. I move away
Well,
from
sometimes I've never had a
Delwynn,
peanut.
and I say to Mose, because you said Mose is further
looks
ahead.
like.
So I kind of go up
What
to
color is the
Mose,
bark?
and I say, so I don't know
How we get
exactly what's
these?
going on. I was only half listening.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
But
run some.
I think Delwynn is doing something dirty with his sister.
Wait, who's he talking to?
Mose, just Mose.
I stopped it. What are you telling him?
What's going on?
He's confused. Don't listen to him at all.
Yeah, I think something's wrong with my code.
Can we reboot you or something?
Please, just shove me off the edge.
Oh, we don't need to do that.
No, it's fine.
I think his specialty is in combat. I think listen to him in combat. Otherwise, ignore him.
Something about servicing a woman, and
Oh,
sleeping
boy.
with a husband gone bad.
I don't know what that means.
Hey, Mose, do you know what a peanut tree looks like?
Sure, I do.
What do they look like?
They're huge,
What color's the bark?
See?
orange.
Yeah.
Orange bark. Huh.
Do I know so as far as like, I mean, all the robots were created. Is there people that actually know enough to like fix them or work on them, or is that not at all? I was gonna like. suggest maybe looking
There were
something
rumors of people who could do that in
Okay.
Foundry.
Okay.
And I mean, just from the mystique of it, probably an obelisk,
Fender sneezes.
but not. Even Mose is like, what? What just happened? But like as far as
A robot has a virus.
repair, one of the benefits for sure of being sentient is that they seem to have this living aura that actually, like, for lack of a better sense, like heals them,
Yeah.
like kind of like an organic being.
The obelisks have that?
Obelisk would probably, at least, it's a Mecca, it's a Shangri-La. They would probably, from the stories, have someone who could like repair non-sentient.
Wait, I
Autonomous
thought
sense.
Almaz was supposed to be the good one, whereas Obelisk was the scary one.
Yes, obelisk is scary, but like it's also like,
Okay.
yeah, it's also like one of the things. But Almaz is more about the mystery,
Okay.
and like something that people can't reach.
Okay.
Not to get off subject too much, but
Yeah.
I think you definitely want to get off this.
when we rest tonight, I need to take a look at that equipment from the river pirates.
The husband's equipment?
Oh.
That might be something we can trade. That axe, I believe, was
Sure.
rather nice.
Right.
Was the axe? Yes.
Is it match guys?
It's
possible. You didn't tell him that.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, they
Oh,
haven't
we also
confirmed
need
it.
to tell the town watch about the trolls.
Yes.
Colors. Of,
We made sure to mention to
Lori, I think we told
the
Lori.
innkeeper. Well, we need to go talk to Lori.
okay.
Oh, we did.
See if he knows more about the demons.
Right.
But we're going to mention to the innkeeper, the tavern mistress, matron,
Grace.
Grace.
Grace. When you talk to the mayor, let him know that the fungal trolls were resistant to fire, and the slime was resistant to acid.
Yes.
Yeah. That's right.
Because the acid slipped off.
So
No,
that
the
may,
No, the slime.
if
was
encountering, if that could be passed to travelers,
The information.
yes, as well. That could be quite important, because if they start with the wrong one, they may not notice that it's not having the effect that it should, and that could cost some lives.
Sure.
So I post go to the side.
Okay.
And I say,
When was that?
so he was sleeping with his sister?
I think we really need to get you looked at.
You're looking at me with
Yeah. No, I mean,
one eyes.
Right. But I'll explain it to you later.
Maybe I just can't hear him because he's so short.
Well, yeah, I don't know what the problem is. Can you drink? Maybe that might help.
Please.
Maybe
You
we
have
can,
something?
I don't know. Can you ferment oil?
It's messed up.
Well, I mean,
No,
okay.
of course you can't. This is the worst conversation I've had all week.
Oh, we've had some doozies on the river.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I understand the situation. This one's. I'm walking away. Yeah, this one is just bad. Sora, every interaction we've had is better than this conversation I just had.
Yay?
I'm glad I could make the list.
Nope. Don't be.
We did lower.
All right,
So-
so what's the plan? We want to this equipment. We want to go look at.
Yeah, I'll take a peek at the equipment. I've already patched up all the clothes. Well, once we got them rinsed off in the river.
Right.
Catch your equipment.
We did not get the fancy outfit.
Nah, that was on the archer that slammed
Right.
ashore.
So is magic
Yeah, we
axe,
have
he said?
this weird BDSM barbarian outfit.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna go good around here.
Scopy, you'd like that, right?
Well,
With the straps and everything from it might be able to be put to use on
Yeah,
other
yeah.
things.
yeah, they're functional, sure.
It's basically like a bunch of belts.
Yeah,
Go for it.
It could be
Well-
repurposed.
yeah. I mean,
I don't think it wants to repurpose it.
Probably want to wash them.
What's that?
You probably want to wash them.
Yeah,
They were in the river.
He was in the river.
That's true. That's true.
River clean.
Sure.
It's a freshwater river.
Yeah. Except for the narrow. In
Rotting
There was that.
all the dead bodies.
You can go wash it in the falls.
But like you guys did spend long enough on the river that like, and you went through the mountains, so that that
Yeah,
tends to clean the water.
Right. Yeah, we probably could
Mountains, yeah, mountains clean the water. Right?
Shall we stay on the boat tonight?
And make
that
sure we don't
sounds
get
fun.
stolen. Mose, what do you think?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess so. Sure.
How do we stay warm? We can't light a fire on a wooden boat, can we?
Just be warm.
It is autumn, so it will get cold.
I looked at the robot.
You can't do that?
You spoon.
Yeah. Make you
Yeah.
eat spoons.
I'm not sleeping near the robot.
You don't have to. I don't sleep.
You save on blankets when you sleep 3 to a bed.
That is
Dylan did grow up in a
Sensible.
large family.
Right.
that is a sensible statement,
Yeah.
and I'm sure quite accurate.
I call middle.
Okay.
Now, is that the worst spoon or the best spoon?
It's the warmest.
Jinx. Well, you both can't talk.
So who's the innermost spoon? No. Well, so obviously, like you're the middle spoon, right?
Oh, yes.
So who's innermost and who's the outside spoon?
We'll put Mose as the innermost, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. That way your mustache doesn't have to tickle him.
Those can be the teaspoon.
Mo's actually like kind of curls up into a ball, so it kind of ruins the spoon thing.
Okay.
But
It's crazy how we got this big metal spoon.
and then
And these spoons are uncomfortable. I don't know why.
and then there's just Fender just kind of like leaning up against the cabin. Ew.
We brought extra blankets and bedrolls. I had plenty on the wagon. So we just cover up the doorways.
Scope is a fitful sleeper, so it's probably best he's on the outside.
Right. But I mean, what time of day is it? It's really still
No, well, you guys kind of skipped ahead to the sundown
that's on that.
when you were looking at the falls and stuff.
Alright.
So
So I guess the plan, we kill a couple of days here until the boat comes, or
It could be something else. Maybe there's something in this mine that we.
Yeah.
in the mine.
Let's go check out the mine.
Why was with the mine?
There's something living in. There's something alive in the mine.
Yeah.
That's a scuttlebutt.
Yeah, I mean, there's always stories of that.
But I mean,
The
it
mine.
screams adventure look here. I mean, really.
Mose. Mine.
Oh, right.
well, is there?
Adventure? Yes.
There's no water.
I mean, I like adventure.
Yeah.
Am I gonna still be a pirate?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The pirates don't.
Pirates bury treasure.
Pirate party don't stop. Not your
I
pirate.
don't.
You're a pirate.
I don't. I'm gonna derogate. I'm gonna delegate. Who you pick?
Okay.
We can flip a coin to see who chooses.
Okay. There's 4 of us,
Mm-hmm. Of course.
so 2 rounds.
Heads.
So funny thing about this world,
Yeah.
Coins have 4 sides.
Ah.
yes, actually,
What?
That would
Although-
hurt in your pockets.
although they act well, okay, so literally they have 2 sides, right? A coin,
Right.
right? Because you flip it, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. However, there are 4 possibilities. There are 4 separate faces. These coins have been circulated around kind of the area, and without 25% of the time, blah percentage statistical, blah blah blah, they will come up different, 4 different faces.
Same
One,
ones?
one is a spider. One is a rooster fighting a snake. One is a cup, a chalice, and the final one is a butterfly.
So
Butterfly.
they're magical, basically. They change as
Mhm.
you go.
Yeah, there seems to be innate magic to. I mean, it's not so much that you detect it if you cast detect magic,
Yeah.
but I mean, obviously, it has to be magic because
Right.
it's a coin, right?
Huh. Strange.
So
Called
butterfly, spider, chalice, and cock.
With snake.
Rooster and snake, yes.
Okay, so then do we roll a d4?
Cock,
Mhm.
snake.
Okay.
Chalice.
Snake and cock.
Storm on it.
What's in the chalice?
I got butterfly.
Yeah, you throw a butterfly. Iron butterfly.
Yeah, it is kind of a.
So is there an order to it? Kind of like rock, paper, scissors? Or
Like, what do you mean?
like one beats the other, that type of thing?
I'm sure there's probably a game like that,
And, okay.
but it's really just 25% chance it's going to come up one of the 4.
You know,
Okay.
roll a D4 then?
So we just try to guess what comes up then? Or?
I mean, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Or you just say, I'm this face, I'm this face, I'm this face, and then you can flip it.
Same way that you
Yeah,
call
yeah.
heads or
I see.
tails.
Okay. So which ones are left?
Well, I've got them numbered here: butterfly, spider, chalice, and rooster. So how about
Spider.
1, 2,
Spider.
3, 4?
Oh, okay.
So
Chalice.
butterfly, spider, chalice, snake,
Chalice.
So it's the chalice.
rooster, snake.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
I
Okay.
have to choose. Oh,
I will do a
Choose.
detect magic
That's it?
Okay.
on the.
But you've had
The
these, we've had these coins
So it says, I was
forever,
hoping
right?
it was
Mhm.
blue.
This is like your currency.
Yeah, no, this is something that you would all like know.
It's a conjuration.
It's
Yeah, I'm not doing it on the currency. I'm doing it on
Yeah.
the loot from the River
Sure.
Pirates.
So
I thought you meant.
and he's the one talking
Yeah,
fate here.
I
So
mean,
you
and
got
we
children.
don't have any other. I mean, I don't know the other option anyway. Just check. Yeah, let's do the mines.
Okay.
You sure about that?
I mean, what's our other option?
Why are you so hesitant? Isn't someone's sister, wife down there or something?
Oh, whoa, yeah,
sister
okay.
thing, Yeah.
Yeah, that would not be good for you, would it, Phil? But check mines.
Might be able to get by. We've
Just
got
what?
some pirate clothes.
Yeah.
So Moses puts on like a really obviously exaggerated, and he doesn't really know what he's doing, but he puts on his serious face, and he kind of walks up to you, and he kind of puts his hand on your arm, and he goes, "It'll be okay, first mate. You can do it."
Thank you.
Fender lowers
Lowers
his head.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's up to you. What are other options? We wait for the boat, I guess. But
Sit around for a couple days doing nothing?
yeah, I guess that's not.
That's
Super
sound
cool.
entertaining at all?
No, I mean, there's plenty of stuff to entertain.
Oh,
yourself
right,
out there.
go take me to the
Maybe
peanut
people-
trees. Yes, that's the new adventure. I want to see the peanut trees.
Orange peanut trees.
Show me the peanut trees and the peanut butter factory.
Okay.
And Bang. We need to talk to Bang.
To Bane?
Lori,
Yes, yes.
medium Bang.
You
Yeah.
were merely adopted by the dog.
You want to talk to him first, or you want to see the?
So you do you do a detect magic?
Detect magic, yes.
Okay. So there's moderate amount of transmutation coming off of the axe, and there is some abjuration coming off of the golden hook.
Ooh. What kind of hook? Is it like a
One of the pirates, he had he was a Danig pirate. His name was Salty Walter, and he had a
Oh, so it's like
hook
a
hand,
hook
but it was
hand.
made out of it was made out of gold.
So I get the axe, right? I feel like if I had known that there was an axe, I would have already taken
Kinda
that
like-
claim.
Dibs.
Yeah.
Salty. Sounds funny.
So the hook, I'm sorry, was abjuration,
Mm-hmm.
Is that protection?
and the axe is transmutation.
Correct. Yeah, it's protection.
But why is that axe transmutation? So do you tell us this?
Can I try and divine, or not divine, but arcana out, and I'll even partner with Scofa,
No.
knowing that Scofa
You mean Sora?
has some... Sora, sorry.
Yeah, Sora has some
Knowing that
background
Sora has a background in arcana as well.
to try and what?
Maybe figure out what
Sure.
they do.
Well, you definitely, between the two of you, can figure out that they both would require attunement.
Hold on to the axe.
And so I guess one of you can roll Arcana advantage.
Who's got the better arcana?
Mine's only a 4. So.
Yours is
Oh,
better.
woof.
17.
17. Okay.
There's a one.
So
Like I had advantage.
the hook is pretty straightforward. You're not sure why Salty Walter didn't use it during the fight because it would have been pretty handy. It's a version
Yeah.
of an immovable rod. It basically like kind of hooks into another plane and it just kind of it can hang there.
Oh, that's rad.
And the axe, from what you can tell, you were only be able. There's 2 enchantments on it. You were able to figure that out, but you only be able to actually figure out one of them. The first one is that it can change size between a battle axe and a hand axe.
So is the hook like chop off your arm and replace it with this kind of deal, or is it?
Like inspecting it further, you can actually see there's towards kind of the base where one could fit it over a stump. There's actually a small kind of seam,
Okay.
and you find by pushing on it, it kind of pops out, and so it can work like a cestus.
Oh, neat.
I can try it.
I mean, I can't use it.
That was the hook.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you could fight as the cestus and also does the immovable rod.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you find, okay, this is probably why Salty Walter didn't figure it out. It's because there's actually like a trigger in the handle part that activates the,
But he doesn't
the
have
movable
a
rod
hand.
part.
So
Yeah,
Couldn't
but
activate
yeah.
the trigger. Okay.
Or he probably didn't even know it was there.
Okay. Cool. Are there actual stats for cestus in there? We'll figure it out.
3 physical damage.
It's the equivalent of a dagger.
Battle axe or great axe?
Battle axe.
Yeah, so I have no qualms with Fender taking possession of the axe.
Yeah, sure. Are you interested in this hook?
I wouldn't be able to put much of the hook to use.
You're not hooked on it?
I think
I was waiting for it.
Oh. Can we immovable rod his jaw?
You don't see a jaw.
Well, I mean, you have a jawline and a
Yeah,
jaw, but it doesn't move.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, I'll hold on to it for now, I guess then.
and then maybe tomorrow we can see if we can get anything for this breastplate.
Yeah.
The clothes, if you don't mind, I don't mind holding on to. So
The
it's good to
breastplate
have-
itself, as you kind of like are looking it over, you can see there's a kind of thin layer of paint on it, and underneath the metal it's very thin but durable and light, and it has kind of a greenish tinge to it.
Ooh.
For everyone at home, it's titanium.
So I guess I'll tune to this overnight. So is it a +1 weapon also? Or
No, there's no
it's
plus.
just- Okay, it just
How
has
much does
the
it weigh?
little, part.
I don't know, like half as much as a regular breastplate.
So it does the same as my unarmed attack. Can I use it in that other hand, or I don't know?
Yeah, I mean you could.
Okay. I mean, as a bonus action, or I guess not.
It's not really a monk weapon.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
All right. Well, you want to see Lloyd, or is it getting a little late for
It's getting a little late. We should in the morning.
that? All right.
Cool.
Is there a button? Is there a button that's on the axe or something that changes it from big to small? Is there a limit?
We're gonna have to attune to it, and I think you'll kind of learn the functionality. Now, do be warned. Not being a actual
Person?
arcane
Oh,
caster, I have
wow.
heard that some items can be cursed, and I cannot tell you
You've heard of that too.
one way or the other for sure that this is not.
Well, I
Say
mean,
warning to you.
sure. Well, I mean, Walter doesn't seem particularly cursed, I guess.
Well, it didn't have a hand.
Lifted his first by killing him.
Yeah.
Do I get the sense?
It does have. Sorry, I forgot. It does have 3 sizes: great axe, battle axe.
Nice.
So yeah, the bottom, the pommel, or the equivalent of the pommel, there's like a dial, so you can actually like
bigger, biggest.
yeah. Let's say yeah. So it's like there's the half circle. There's the smallest one, and then there's like a half circle. One side there's like 2 of them, and then like the last one is like 3 with 2 smaller ones in it.
I'm gonna try and twist it, but then it doesn't work because I haven't attuned to it yet.
Right.
Oh, right. So I just hold it in my hands and twist it around and look at it.
The attuning is like it's aligning with your aura, and you're getting used to how to use it, and blah, blah. It's all kind of encompassing. You're swinging around, and yeah.
If it goes incorporeal.
That's hard.
If he actually like tried to hack someone with it, it would, yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Well,
This is actually light enough. If you don't mind, I might wear this.
The armor?
Yeah,
Do it.
Sure.
I
don't
trained.
need it, and Scofa doesn't need it.
Yeah. Not my thing. Just get in the way.
My sister did drill most of us in arms and armor,
Oh,
so I have a basic of understanding of.
Well, that's good.
I mean, I can't wear that full plate stuff I've seen people in, but
So it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
this is a little easier to wear.
in the you were wrong,
your
yes.
disguise.
She would definitely not expect me to be in armor.
Yeah, there you go.
Or if you have the hook too, I mean, I doubt she'd expect you to have the hook.
Yeah, if you want to wear that.
helmet on you and some armor.
Why don't you
Yes.
work on
Yes.
work on your accent too?
It'd probably be best if I just did not speak in her presence.
Yeah.
Not
Can you-
gonna do that.
Can you roll I don't know, wisdom saving throw against your own spell, see if they see?
Yes, I made it.
You did make it. Okay, you're not fooling yourself. She's just she's a smart lady.
What if
It would have to be pretty drastic costuming for it to fool her.
Fender stood behind you and was your voice, and you just did your lips?
That's not gonna work either. What purpose does that serve?
It would be fun.
Why don't I- You got me there. I'm sold.
No, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could just try to stay in front of you.
You have any wigs or dresses?
Not for this though.
I mean,
I mean,
really,
I'm wearing a kilt.
right?
I could
Were you
not
what?
wear a kilt.
Yeah, just run around naked. I'm sure everyone will appreciate
Oh.
that. Oh,
No, she's seen that.
oh no. Okay. Now listen.
She's family.
Right?
Now listen. Now
One bathtub, 9 children.
I'm really starting to not be sure if
It was
incest
pretty cold by
is
the time
part
I
of the
got to get in
picture.
there.
Dirty, I would say.
Yeah, sure.
This is a dirty picture.
We'd
It's
sometimes
entertaining.
alter. We'd go oldest to youngest, and then youngest to oldest.
It's kissing contests.
Ew.
I'm not.
Yeah, even Mose looks at you. He's like, "Ew."
Yeah, I know. I'm very not understanding this family.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other option was you could just not go to the mines.
There's
Yeah, I mean, that's
healing
an option. That's
of
under
the
line.
sister, the husband.
But I
I
mean,
think that's what
I mean, that would be my vote.
No. Okay.
most chose.
Well, no,
That's a rhyme.
Sort of.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Our friend here, he puts his hand earnestly on Fender. Is very confused. I figured it out.
Okay.
Let's run it back one more.
Delwynn was helping a woman
Was,
who had a husband.
was it his sister?
No,
Okay.
his sister covered for him.
Okay.
That's the stuff.
Yep.
But then what about?
Seems pretty
Out
simple.
of the
Wait.
days.
So did and then the husband killed the wife?
No one was killed.
No,
No one was
still
killed.
not there.
Okay. Husband beat the wife?
No, but I
Possible.
think they broke up.
The extent of any malfeasance was a little bit of that. Just a tiny bit.
Malfeasance.
By the way,
It's a big one.
what's this guy
Malfeasance.
look like?
That's I want. That's my new name.
I'm not gonna remember that.
Mo's malfeasance.
Yeah.
I like that.
Definitely not.
Captain Malfeasance. Not a sponsor.
Is
I
it a
mean,
product?
should we be looking out for this guy?
I haven't
Yeah.
kept tabs on him, but
Is he gonna attack me?
I mean, he's got to be
Am I
pretty old
next?
by now, right? It's been a while.
yeah, it's been a couple of years, but I mean,
Oh,
he's not much bigger than me. I mean, that's not saying much.
Is he a minor?
I think he's older.
No,
than
he was more of an artist. He
Okay. All right. Well, then at least
Ooh, I have an artist here.
we'll find him in the mind.
some
I'm an artist.
work in sculpting and
He's
a
a
hammer all
painter.
day. Sure, a painter. And
and he's one of my contacts.
Oh. Nope, not that one.
not these one of those painters. Mine mineral painters, pigments. Oh,
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of work, but
yeah.
I guess some people.
Yeah. So what about these peanut trees?
What's his name?
Let's go.
Don't have my sheet.
Oh, you don't.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
And
I'll find
they
it.
can put us to him.
I forgot my whole
I
folder,
don't
so I
really
don't
know
even
what
have
we
a character. But
Don't.
luckily I know all my stuff.
But you just had
That's good.
some,
I had peanut butter.
and you apparently knew how it was made.
Yeah, I mean, somewhat.
Are you telling me the truth?
Yes. We'll find you some peanuts so you can try them. They're very good.
I want to see the peanut tree.
Maybe in the morning. So Steve, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that night Scope was probably gonna, be thinking a lot about the mines and probably not sleeping well.
Okay.
But he's gonna go through just kind of like hyperactive on like all the safety equipment he can think of to bring into a mine and all that stuff, and then like the next day try to like find as much of that as possible.
Sure.
Like way too much stuff, but
Okay. Yes. So like,
So you're going to the mine?
you want lanterns, and you want a helmet, and you want something to cover your mouth so you don't breathe anything in.
I don't need a helmet.
I'll buy some more signal whistles if I can find them. Get one for everybody.
Mhm.
Got lanterns.
Do we have a canary?
Some extra rations I'm gonna bring. Way too much.
Thanks.
So, something about the mines that would bother you. Noticed that the mention of them seemed a little hesitant.
Yeah. Yeah, lost my father-in-law.
My condolences.
I mean,
Is it a father just lost in the mind, or is he lost?
yeah, no, I don't think.
No, you didn't hear that.
Okay.
Shut it.
Yes, I do believe that means he expired.
So we should.
I'm
be
sorry,
praying.
Scopa.
Well, it seemed to have his card.
Oh, no.
I know it's hard to see on my face emotions.
I think I'm starting to see something now.
No, you're not.
Okay.
But I am sorry.
Okay. Thank you.
I never had a father. Or did I? God.
Well, I mean, somebody made you. I assume.
Did they?
Hey, robot.
They doomed me.
Who's your daddy?
It's not funny.
All right.
Ambles away.
Whoops.
God, why?
I'm not sure he does.
I don't. I super don't.
I'm still not sure.
Okay, so the morning comes and you guys are all getting ready, and Scofa has gotten up early, and he comes back with this like little wagon, like mini wagon that he's borrowed from his aunt and uncle, and has all this like stuff in it.
And then anybody that could have sketched like a map of the mines or something, just all the information I can find out.
Sure.
So you like look all prepared and stuff,
Yeah, and I hand out signal whistles to everybody.
and I say, Fender says, you know, maybe we should wait for the boat.
Is that a map?
Yeah, we're gonna go
I
by
mean, this is the best I could get. I mean, hopefully it's good.
the guidance we received.
Oh, I
Mose
was looking at it upside down again. Yeah.
He puts on one of the helmets.
did the coin toss,
Way too big for him.
Okay.
which brought up Sora.
Yeah,
Sora
yeah,
chose.
yeah,
It was a joke.
He immediately
Cool.
starts blowing it at maximum volume
Oh,
Yeah. Now just
constantly.
yeah.
I take it away from him. That's gonna call the guards.
you have to wait till the mine,
Okay.
Yeah. Just
and when you're in danger.
stay close.
What?
What?
I know.
Why?
You know, when we're out of the mine, out of this
why
town,
Children? No.
I mean, that's another option. We just don't let them go into the mines. Yeah.
you know it's going to be great, Mose.
I
Okay,
mean, maybe
So,
my
you took it away now.
my family could watch them.
When we're out of town
I don't know if I want to do that to them.
on the road, you just sneak up on them.
Oh,
I want to
man.
see your family.
Oh, boy.
Look what you did.
I order you as my fourth mate
Okay, let me
and
go,
fifth mate.
let me go prepare.
You have
first.
double duties because you're two mates.
Okay.
And Mose, you
I
said, "Dude,
order you to make me
peanut butter."
Yeah.
introductories to your family.
All right. Okay. Let me make sure they're okay with that. I'm sure they're fine.
Okay.
I mean, unless you think we should ring them for some reason, but I don't think it's safe.
Into the mine?
Yeah.
You'd be our canary in the mine.
So,
Oh, wow.
well, didn't they use canaries to like, so they could fly
Yes.
out? So I thought
No.
they.
No, they kept canaries in cages
So-
to find mine gas so the canaries stop making noise.
Oh, I thought they used them to like because they somehow knew how to fly towards the exit
No.
or something.
No, they just died.
Yeah.
That's
Faster than humans.
bummer. Okay,
Poison
so
gas
yeah,
detector.
so we wiped you dropping Moe's off at your uncle and
Okay.
aunt's, and
I tell them to watch the bananas.
right,
He's
right.
stolen
His
so many.
his eyes kind of light up at the banana. He's never seen a banana tree before.
Yeah.
So,
It's
okay,
bananas.
and since you guys are with him, you can see like the front part of the guard, like to either side of the kind of walkway. There's patches of peanuts. Although there's kind of like heavy. There's probably like strawberry patches like over it, so you can't really necessarily if you're not versed in that, then you're not going to know.
Bushes.
As an herbalist, he would know. But
I see do I see like a little figure in the window? Or
yeah,
whatever?
you see little wooden figures.
Well, can I have one of those?
Of course, darling. It says
What do I?
it says Auntie, and she
Silver?
Oh, please, you're a friend of Scofa's. Just pick one.
Is there like a orca one,
Okay.
or is it all land?
No, they would have seen. Yeah, there are some like vaguely whale-like things. They're not like specifically orca or any kind of whale, but they're like whale, like generic whale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Narwhal,
Unicorn of the sea.
I don't want that. I want a whale.
Okay.
I take a whale.
And Mose, did you know in the before times, people thought bananas were berries?
Ah,
It is in the lore. They thought they were berries. Ridiculous.
Where do I write this?
Wait, Scofa told me there's peanut trees. And
Yeah.
they're big. and
bananas
have
are
orange
kind of
barks.
bread. Everybody knows that.
Exactly.
They're actually small.
Yeah.
What?
Those are-
You told me they're big trees with orange bark.
I mean, from a certain point of view,
What's the axe called?
Huh?
What's the axe
laying
called?
down.
Spriggan's axe.
But these are small.
Spriggan.
That's not even orange.
No, I don't know. No.
And there's an E in axe.
They're really good though.
Yeah.
Dirty.
And they didn't think
Well,
peanuts were
Cut it
nuts.
off. It's fine.
They called them
They're
peanuts.
natural.
Right? Of course they're
Let's
nuts.
eat
It's
this
right in the
dirty
name.
thing.
No, break it off and just like other nuts, they get a shell on it.
Well, you need tools for the other one. You gotta crack them open.
Yeah, here. There you go.
You're nuts.
Smells different. Smells like dirt.
Lick it.
I mean, they're good. You just have to try it.
Lick it.
Dear, honestly, they're better roasted. So just take it with you and maybe cook it later.
Lick the nuts.
You eat these?
He does.
They're quite
put nuts in his
versatile.
mouth all the time.
Okay, so now wipe
Sorry, I
to
had
the star wipe to the mind. Okay,
I'm gonna make an attempt anyway. Was I able to find like a face covering helmet to go on the breastplate? And I'm dressing in the river pirate clothes.
sure. You're not proficient with
Pirate.
disguise.
I am not.
Okay.
I'll help.
Yeah. Is anybody?
No.
1, 2, 3, not it.
That's why I'm trying to cover my face entirely.
Okay.
I'm great.
So I will let you roll charisma because everyone's trying to help you. At least two other people are trying to help you.
Yeah.
I'll let you roll a charisma check, just straight charisma check with advantage, but the DC is still going to be pretty high.
I don't want to have to fight his sister. So
I don't think anyone wants you to have to fight his sister.
No,
Make like an eye patch too, just in case she pulls up my helmet.
Okay.
you just take Scofa's. Double 19s.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
So 22.
Well, I was going to set it at 18, but there you go. You seem to they're like slump a little bit and try doing this with your voice, blah blah blah.
Yeah, here, put some rocks in your shoes and walk them forever.
Okay. So you guys enter, you take a little kind of like walk down. There's a little bit of a kind of switchback as you kind of come around the other side of the tree, which is all told, it's like 100 feet. Not like directly like because there's like a little switchback, and it's like right under the tree, this mine that kind of goes into the cliffside through like this little kind of 2-part switchback, and just a little ways in, there's a small kind of lantern that's very dimly lit right now because it's early morning, and in a kind of rickety looking wooden chair leaning up against the wall is a average height woman. She's like, I don't know, a few inches taller than me. She's like 5'7".
What's that?
She is in a sense of musculature, she's stacked. She wears kind of torn sleeves to like show off her guns. Like she's proud of how strong she is. She has kind of the same kind of brown eyes that Delwynn has, the same kind of fairish skin, although she has a few kind of like light scars on her face from her battles.
Is her mustache similar?
She doesn't have a mustache. But she does her hair is kind of like a sandy blonde, and it's kind of worn in a mohawk as well. Although hers is at the moment kind of brushed back, so it's just kind of barely kind of fluffed up. you for just a moment you kind of picture Delwynn's. It's the same kind of. You think that maybe he saw her mohawk and decided, oh, I want a mustache that looks like that. Because she has it kind of pulled into tufts.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you're Delwynn's sister. What's going on?
Her armor is tarnished, but it looks like it's been repaired several times. She has a tankard sitting next to her chair, as well as a well-used and very large war pick, kind of leaning against the wall. And she just kind of seems to be like twiddling a coin kind of deftly between her fingers, just back and forth, kind of idly.
Okay.
Just kind of.
So I think maybe I can add to the distraction by talking to her
Okay.
to ask her about my sister.
Okay.
You're gonna stand behind me.
Vesta was her name?
Versa.
Versta.
Yeah, I'm currently borrowing your long
All right,
short
so I guess
shield.
as they're going by, I'll start tightening her up.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can. We'll start with your opening line, and then you can roll deception.
Okay. Versa, right?
Yes.
You used to hang with my sister, Kaya.
Oh yes.
Scorpio.
Oh yeah.
It's
You're Kaya's brother.
Yeah.
Well,
So
have you seen her?
I was going to ask you the same question.
Not in a while.
Yeah, she moved.
She did.
You haven't heard anything?
I've heard she's doing pretty well, making some coin and a name for herself.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Sometimes think about heading there myself. Maybe I should pay her a visit.
Maybe.
So go ahead and roll.
I wait.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Fender.
She gives you a nod.
I nod back, even though I already waved.
All right, 3.
Okay. All right.
I was going to start.
The four of you want to go into mine.
Yeah, we heard tales of there's something in there. Is there been problems?
Well, I saw some things.
What'd you see?
What did you say?
For sure, I saw humanoid bones.
I mean, oh no.
Murder body.
Like a burial site?
I suppose it could have been.
Generally, I think
Or
how do
dumping
you
ground.
avoid that when you hit bones. Is that did they divert the money?
It's been blocked off.
Yeah.
Was it? There's like an existing cavern.
But I could feel a current or air or something. It goes further in.
Huh.
It wasn't just that.
So are you sure the map?
Yeah.
I had somebody try to drop something. Is this accurate?
Okay. Now you can roll deception.
Deception.
Yeah.
It's the map that you gave me.
Yeah, I think I was just asking.
Oh, okay. No, you don't have. I mean, if you're not trying to.
No.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to roll anything. Then.
Why are we deceptive?
She goes, yeah. So you go in 100 feet or so, and then there's a drop, and then if you cut back towards the coast, another 50, 80 feet or so, there's a pocket that we have blocked off. The earth seems a little bit loose there. I don't know if maybe some burrowing creature. It could have just been some creature, but there seems to be. It could have been a burial site, I think.
Well, if y'all want to head in and take the card, I'll catch up with you. And I just try to talk to her as they're going by.
Okay.
Sure thing, boss.
Let's have a quick roll. See if you recognize you despite your disguise. Well, you said 22, right?
Yeah.
22.
Okay. That's definitely not a 22. She just kind of nods at you. Take it slow. Try to stick to the places that have already been marked off. She's like points to the map. Don't go any further than here.
Why are we going? What are we doing? We're just investigating the mine.
Mhm.
Alright, so I just grill her for any safety tips and things that she can give me, and I'm just I'm visibly kind of like sweating.
Yeah. She just says, try to. Not knowing myself about too much mine, so she gives you the basics.
Yeah.
Tells you like to watch out for this and that, and keep an eye on this and the soil, and if there's any kind of tremors, blah blah blah, and all that kind of stuff.
I said, well, we have these whistles, so if you hear it,
Oh, of course.
yeah.
Good luck. She gives you like a hearty thump on the shoulder.
Ah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. All right. So I just take a deep breath. And,
So as you're walking away,
yeah.
she goes, "Yeah, maybe you can come up with me and visit. I think I might go see your sister."
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good. Be good.
Right.
Yeah. I'll be in touch.
Just kind of calling as you're walking away. All right. So you guys follow the instructions. And the earth in here is dark. It's fairly well packed. There are kind of dark brown, in some cases like kind of blackish roots that stick through every once in a while. And then there are little sparkles of something that could be a very small vein of some kind of metal. But the good ones are usually further in and deeper. So you guys head to the place that has been kind of carefully blocked off. There's actually a wagon that's kind of laid across the path, and two boards have kind of hammered together in an X to kind of like mark the way, and then additionally a piece of cloth has been kind of nailed to it and hung over. But for sure you can feel the slightest breeze, and you swear there's a little bit of like salty ocean air coming through. It's almost like maybe I could be imagining it because it was mentioned, but maybe not.
Yeah, when we get inside, I hand him back his longsword and shield. Take out the lanterns. Got I keep a hooded, like attached to my belt. I carry a bullseye that goes out to 120. I use my control flame.
Sure.
Someone else wants a lantern. I can double the light on that as well.
Yeah. I would. Right.
So I'll give you one. It goes double the normal distance.
Okay.
I'll bring out Lady just as extra.
Okay.
Don't let me forget to put her away when we leave.
Right.
So there's like a little bit of a corona, and then like a light, like an outline, almost like maybe like a yellow neon kind of outline that kind of shoots around until there's a full pig. Just kind of appears. Of course, this happens fairly quickly because it only takes an action to do that.
Right. So extra just observant on everything. I got a tight grip on the lantern and that staff. I just like white knuckles.
Okay.
I'm just like watching everywhere, listening for everything.
So, who's at the lead?
Me.
Fender. Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably be in the back and leave a little bit of space for everybody.
Sure.
Drop it
So
down.
I feel claustrophobic.
Okay.
Would you like to go second?
Yeah, that works.
All right. So, Fender stoops a little, brushes the cloth aside, steps over the side of the crossbar that had been hastily put up to block this area off. And you guys enter into this darkened area. The light kind of almost seems to like absorb into the kind of dark dirt of the cavern walls, and that's where we'll stop tonight.
Oh. All
You guys
right.
enter the mysterious area.
One less Star Wars.
So, what's going to happen to are they going to find anything of use in this mine? Are there actually some kind of creatures down here that are possibly a threat to Britefall? Who knows? We're going to find out. And how are Scofa's aunt and uncle going to deal with the rambunctious modes? Let's tune in next time for some more Kick in the Door. We have been us. I've been Steven.
Delwynn.
To my right.
Matt?
Ants.
And there.
Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you can see us next time. Good night.
Hey, probably not.
Feeling nice.
It's gonna be bigger than just grab a figure or something.